I'll produce 24 every 60 seconds. There, and hook that up. Over here, we're going to have that just hooked directly in. Actually, no, let's not. And the reason for not doing that is that this can accept more than one type of material. So just so that I can hook up a second material at some point. We'll do it like that. Okay, we just need another 60, and we're not far off that, in fact. Right, cannot reach its destination. What's the matter? What are you trying to get to? You are trying to get to... Why can't you reach that destination? You can't harvest any more trees. There are no more trees to harvest. Hooray! We've done it. The land is clear of the leafy menace. Right. Leafy poo. You've served us well. I believe there is one tree and it's a tree that I simply can't reach. So perhaps at some point I will terraform it just so I can get it. Though maybe I should just leave it there. So it can be the last of its kind. Forever fearful that today might be its day. Yes, I like that idea. Alright, so Leaf Poo, you're good. Mind Control Tower has no available digging designations. Okay, fair enough. Time for us to lay down a new layer then. Let's remove this layer. All the way around. Start digging down. Oops. I choose not to see that tree. Well done. Dammy, well done. I kind of need all of you to move. Yep. Right, let's get all of that Unity built. Perfect. And now we dig down the next layer. Not sure that that is low enough. It might be, it might not be. The main thing right now. That doesn't look right. I'll just let them dig that for now. I don't think we actually need this one anymore. That was useful before, but at this point I don't think it is. Instead, let's get rid of that. So close. There we go. Donk. Right, we should be building our medical supplies now. And what's more, despite my belief that we were producing too much, I don't think we're producing too much by much. We're more or less on par for it. That being said, most of these aren't actually doing anything right now, because we don't have the water, sadly. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing, I think, is extracting water from this rather than delivering it. So, tonk, tonk, and all of that as well. Other direction. Deliver. I want priority from there. We will accept water from this one, but only if I can't meet the demand from this. That should allow us to produce acid pretty much as fast as we possibly can. Which may or may not be the right thing to do. We'll see. How are we doing for lumber? Not bad. Groundwater pump resource gone. That's fine. Okay. Got 36 workers left. Got a massive amount of trees coming in. More trees than we know what to do with. Have a look at you. Probably don't need that many, actually. We're going to drop it down. We definitely don't need that many either. Alright. Don't think there's really many more people that we can fight. Or any that we can fight. Oh, actually, no, we can fight you. Alright, let's get out there and have a battle. There we go. Finally getting some medical supplies made. Picked up. And hopefully delivered. Household appliances and consumer electronics are demanded now. What? I get you one thing and you want more. Scallywags. How dare you? I satisfied one need and then invent a new one. The hospital is actually giving us a lot of unity, though, to be fair. At this stage, then, we can afford to pop down some more industrial edicts, like better recyclings. Even better recyclings. Farming boost as well. Maybe water saver as well. We'll see how that affects our unity. Unity consumption is a little bit rough now. Let's turn that down a bit. Oh my lord. Okay. Sure, let's give it a try. I strongly suspect our ship is going to be beaten back here, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Our primary export is treelessness. What do I intend to export? I haven't really put much thought into it in terms of the contracts yet. Oh my lord. Yeah, once we actually gave them enough water, this thing started shooting up. And on the plus side, though, we are getting through all of that material. Who's going to win? We're going to flee. Much shame. Come on home. Did a good job, though. Alright. Well, time, I think, for us to get these upgraded. One of the last things for us to do here. Which way are we sending the water out? It's not that much use of water down here. I think the majority water consumption is in this direction. All the way down to this point, and then it splits off. What I would like to see is this pretty much full. Because we're probably going to be using a fair bit more water in a moment. Do we have much bread stockpile? Yeah, we're completely chock-a-block on bread. Why have I got this many people all of a sudden? Are we still doing state-sponsored snoo-snoo? Yes, we are. That was silly of me. No more state-sponsored snoo-snoo. You've had enough snoo-snoo. Ooh, look at these. Now them's fancy greenhouses. Okay, so let's have a look here. Average production is 5.1, 5.3, 5.8, and 5.1. Yeah, it's almost added 1 across the board. That's very nice. That is very, very nice. Fertility equilibrium is at 54.9 currently. I mean, I could push it up. I'm going to use a lot more fertilizer to do that, but... In fact, I'm going to do that across the board. Let's get the fertilizer way up there. Is that going to exhaust our production, I wonder? Might do. Right, let's have a look at medical supplies. We're sort of supplying them, but not perfectly. Well, that being said, actually, it's not too bad. 14.8 per 60 seconds. We're producing 24 per 60 seconds. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine in that regard. No problems at all. Right. We probably need to continue expanding, if I'm perfectly honest. We're basically constantly chasing our tail right now in regards to our population. And as for the next research, we could look at medical supplies too. Medical supplies too require sugar and ammonia and oxygen to produce antibiotics. I mean, I'm okay with it, I suppose. Your maintenance might not be a bad one either. Yeah, let's get the statue of maintenance. Data, what the hell is data center? Data center is used to host the server racks that you add to it. Each added server rack provides computing as a resource that can be used on your island. Computing is used in advanced machines such as robotic assemblers or microchip makers. It's worth noting that each server rack has its power, cooling, and maintenance demands. However, some people say that all it does is to persist and search in a vast collection of pictures of cats and beams. We were not able to debunk this. Okay. Water chiller. Alright, that's kind of cool. Maintenance Depot 3 as well. I guess that's probably something that the data center would require is maintenance. Yeah, there we are, maintenance 3. More cats, yeah. Seems so. I mean, are you complaining, to be fair? Sounds like a pretty blissful existence to me. Now, how are we doing for... Oh, we are out of iron. Not good times. Time to start digging down, it seems. To the next layer. Much as we are with the copper. Yeah, I think it's very much time to start digging down to the next layer then. Okay, well, let's just get rid of that. I'm going to add this in just so that I can see where the boundaries are. Yep. So... Nope. Fair enough. I need to grab you. And now that we've got this shape, it's pretty much just repeated. Except here it's going to draw in. Ah, damn it. I need to get rid of that. Go. Right, slowly, little by little, we're getting down to the bottom of this area. Oh, we didn't actually have the Unity to finish that off. Very interesting. Also, you do appear to be stuck, my dude. Let's move you. Are we out of concrete? No. Are we out of steel? No. Are we out of Unity? Oh, yeah, we are. Fair enough. Oops. Excavator has no fuel. Is big boy excavator? No, it's regular. Oh, it's the regular excavator, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Let's get you refueled. Alright. Maintaining a pretty solid amount of fertility down there. I can only imagine that this is going to start backing up now a lot more aggressively. We are making plenty of copper, though. I can't trade copper plates for anything. Yeah, I guess it all comes down to what we want to sell and for what, basically. I could easily sell glass for coal. Coal for gold. So I could turn glass into gold through this, though it would cost Unity in order to do it, but it's not necessarily the worst idea. Slag for sour water, but then that would be more sulfur, which I really don't want to have to deal with. Gonna have to have a bit of a think about that one, I think. Don't know that there's a clear winner there. I'll absolutely quick deliver all of that, though. Let's get a second big greenhouse on the go. I'm thinking that probably having a lot of the materials like limestone and logs being delivered over here would make more sense, because they're generally used more in these areas. The only problem then is the automated delivery of fuel, though. I think that's where that becomes a problem. How much fuller is the data creator? It's not actually grown fuller. It's grown emptier in some ways. But now we've cleared out all of the trees, though. I guess one of the next jobs for us is to make the switchback ramp all the way down. That would start filling it a bit. They can just deliver the rest themselves. Fuel gas is slowly trending downwards. With that said, actually we've got a decent amount coming in. I take that back. I guess it depends on where it goes. Well, we'll be able to upgrade this one as well. Indeed we can. Oh, in terms of power, we're doing fairly solidly. Average production now is 7.2, 7.4, 8.2 and 7.2. It's going to be the same across all of them based on our target fertility. As long as we can maintain that. Where are we making the basic fertilizer? It's just down here. You know what? That's actually not a bad way of getting rid of the sulfur. It's just turning it back into fertilizer. Doesn't use a lot of it, but we can afford to be incredibly fertilizer happy, I guess, with the farms, if we're using it as a way of getting rid of sulfur. Hadn't considered that, but that is definitely not a bad idea. That is definitely not a bad idea. We should upscale our production of fertilizer rather than our production of acid. Electrons trending down. Maintenance is still going strong, though. I'm quite happy to see that. Oh my god. There's an awful lot of glass being produced. Scrap iron, scrap copper. To be fair, our production of recycling is doing quite decently. Right, finished everything down here. Perfect. Let's get some digging going on. Let's go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill out this whole area. $40 all the way down there. I am going to need to readjust the area itself, but I do that every time. I expected to start the I expected to start the selection from that point, but it rarely does. There we go. We'll just grab it from here. I want to maximize gathering iron over gathering stone. For now. We'll come back up and deal with the stone in a bit. Just as soon as they've all dropped off the stone there. How's the dumping going? Oh, they finished over here. Ooh, then that means they're probably focusing on fleshing out the coast over here. Nice. Very nice. Good morning, Rochain. How are you doing? Well, as far as how they've gone, we're doing quite well, I'm going to be honest. We have started production of medical supplies now. And we've got a clinic. Our population has grown significantly. We've got an industrial supply of water now, so that's feeding our industry down here. Water is getting where it needs to be. Generally speaking, everything is moving quite smoothly. We've got our upgraded copper refining facility up and running. And we've even expanded out a little bit our production of construction materials. I'm mostly happy about getting the medical supplies on the go, though. That's something that's been kind of hanging over me for a while, and I've not really wanted to tackle it because it felt like it was going to be a massive chore. So I'm glad to have gotten that done. How full is the data crater? That full. Of a lack of trees. The best kind of full. We've left one lone tree to contemplate its mortality. And to dwell on the fact that it's the last of its kind. Also, we'll pull these down. In fact, we'll pull that down too. So the data crater is going to be ripe for us to start setting up the rocket platform once we get to that stage. In terms of research, we're currently researching the statue of maintenance. But realistically, at this stage, I fancy we're going to need to get to making electronics. Which means we need to start mining silicon. Or producing silicon, rather. We need to get a silicon reactor. How do we even get that? Probably quartz. There we are. So we'll be using an arc furnace to take quartz, coal, and graphite to make molten silicon, slag, and exhaust. The graphite, we use coal, chlorine to make graphite and sour water. Alternatively, in a chemical plant 2, if we were to research it, we could actually just take 144 carbon dioxide and make 6 graphite, which sounds like an amazing way to get rid of CO2. I think the next big thing I want to work on, though, will probably most likely be working on getting the pollution level down, building the scrubbers, and possibly nuclear power too. That one feels like a biggie too. We may as well upgrade all of these whilst we can. And this one as well, and then we're almost out of glass. But I'm strongly feeling that we want more of these. We need a lot more ethanol. Much, much more ethanol. I think we're going to end up building a big row of distillers. So yeah, that's where things are at right now, Road Train. I'm good. Had a lovely night's sleep. Thanks for the recap. You're more than welcome, mate. arc furnace uses a lot of power. Eventually. Yes, that's quite true. We'll probably want to get nuclear up before then. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that is likely where we want to be. Also, are we still giving them plenty of food? No, we've stopped giving them plenty of food. I could go for food consumption, food saver, if I wanted to, at this point. We'll see how it goes, but for the time being, I think we're just going to go for the recycling increase. Get more back. Health-wise, our peeps are doing well. Health is plus 20%. That's very nice. Air pollution is not great. We need to work on that, but... Also our food variety too. We could do with more eggs and more vegetables. Both of those could be higher than they currently are at. Yeah. We might want to expand out our egg farm. Gotta wait for the last little bit more production down here. Let's pop the fertility all the way up for these as well. There we go. Everything getting down to where it needs to be. Go ahead and upgrade this, since it is kind of backlogged a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I think expanding out our egg farm then would be a useful one. Vegetables have always been a bit of a problem. There's not too much we can do about that one right now. Definitely something we want to work on. And it looks like we have run out of regular fertilizer. Definitely something we want to be working on then. Getting that up and running. Ooh. Our diesel isn't as high as I would like. It's a bit of a rough one. Okay, well, there's a couple of things for us to work on in the next episode. Primarily, though, we've gotten a lot more Unity coming in thanks to healthcare finally being up and running. I think we're more than likely going to be looking at setting up a nuclear reactor. That will necessitate, A, repairing another ship. There's one down here. Won't be difficult. And then B, setting up a uranium mine. With that on the go, we'll be able to build a nuclear reactor in the enrichment plant. Also, I do believe we now have a large cooling tower, yeah. So we've got the regular cooling tower, bearing in mind that each of these outputs 48. So the regular cooling tower can manage... I need 2 of them per low pressure turbine. The big cooling tower can take 2 of them by itself. Does it give me a better return? Yes, this only gives me half back, whereas this one would give me significantly more than that, actually. Like a hell of a lot more, wow. Improves water efficiency of a power plant by recovering some steam back to water. We can pop that in there. That in turn would reduce our, or rather improve our water efficiency. But the main thing would be, of course, the enrichment plant, which would take yellow cake and hydrogen fluoride and create uranium pellets. Rather expensive building. And of course the reactor itself, which takes 288 water and 1 uranium rod and produces 288 steam and 1 spent fuel. Now, we should have... do we not have a place to store this? Oh yeah, we're going to be using uranium ore and acid to make the yellow cake and toxic slurry. Toxic slurry we're going to want to work through a wastewater treatment plant, I believe. Yeah, with filter medium, that'll give us water and slag. But is there not a place to... the spent fuel storage, here we are. A special underground storage facility that can safely manage any radioactive waste without causing any danger to the island's population, leaving a legacy for the next generation to come. It's like, yo, this is future me's problem, only not me. Future someone else. Yeah, episode equals stream, or episode in the case of the VODs, yeah. But I don't know if this has a limit to how much can be stored there. I imagine it probably doesn't. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, that will generate absolutely astronomical amounts of power. Currently, we take... that's 6... we take basically 48 steam per stack. Mind you, it only requires 48 water per stack as well. But the nuclear plant's real power is that it can just convert enormous amounts of water to steam. But you need the enormous amounts of water to start with. It shouldn't be too difficult for us, though, I think. I should imagine that shouldn't be too hard for us to come up with. But, again, that's all going to be for the next stream. Right now, I'm pretty happy with what we've got going. We do need to increase our production of fertilizer, though. Because we are kind of running our farms down a little bit. Though, that being said, we at least the farms for food for the colony is also benefiting from the organic fertilizer topping it up where it needs to. That's actually pretty cool. And we're probably going to see a decent amount of more waste coming this way and getting converted again into more compost, which gets made into more fertilizer. So it's a nice little circle. But there we are. I hope you all enjoyed today. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I couldn't not play Captain of Industry after people spent so many millions of points trying to vote for it in the last stream. So even though it lost last stream, it won this stream instead. So all things were okay in the end. Let's just get that upgraded as well. Yeah, I'm really happy with where we've gotten, though. I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made. We're going to be getting to some of the later tech now, and I've more or less delayed as long as I'm probably capable of delaying. We're going to have to start getting to microchip production very, very soon. And from there, the last couple of researches will be ahead of us. We're actually really, really close to it now. And of course, rocket assembly and launch in the not too distant future. But that's going to be for future me, along with the problem of dealing with the nuclear waste. Again, hope you all enjoyed. I hope to see you the next time I stream Captain of Industry, which, who knows, may not be too far in the future. But for now, that's going to be it. I will see if I can find someone to send you off to for a end of stream raid. But if that's it for you, or if indeed you are watching this over on the VODs channel on Aavak After Hours, then I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to your feedback. But until next time, take care, everyone.